What is going on, guys and girls? Welcome back to CK2 Elder Kings and the High King Gromm of Skyrim. And in the end of the last episode, I asked you what we should do about the gift of the Glenmoril witches, which, by the way, you've already told me is lycanthropy, which means if we accept, we become a werewolf. And there have been many great arguments both for and against accepting, but in the end, I decided to accept the gift because one argument I found very convincing. There are several reasons, but one I found most convincing was actually the argument that Gromm's intrigue is so low that we would not sense any trickery. I kind of feel like this fits because Gromm is an amazing fighter. If you meet him in the field of battle, you have already lost. That's basically the way it is. He's great. He's a smart man as well, so we're not stupid necessarily, but I think we just don't really expect anyone to trick us. We just don't. Like, this is just never on our mind. And even if that was to happen or come across our mind, Gromm would just think, well, I'm just going to defeat whatever foe stands before me anyways, right? We're not afraid of anything, really, and so we don't really, we don't have to think about anyone trying to trick us, if that makes sense. So this is kind of why I think we won't sense any trickery, and so we're just going to accept the gift. Now, another reason that I really liked was an argument that this is what happened in the lore. There was a harbinger of the companions who actually made a deal with these Glenmoril witches so that they would all become werewolves. And I don't obviously want history to repeat itself like that necessarily, but it does kind of fit, and so I want to go with this as well. And secondly, I'm going to accept this here now. We get a new trait, and we will have new events as a werewolf, and I am kind of curious to see what this is all about. Now, one argument against accepting here was that we will have to join the Daedric Lord or Daedric Prince Hircine in his great hunting grounds once we die, which is definitely not what we wanted. We want to go to Sovngarde, but since we're immortal, we're not likely to join our preferred paradise or whatever anyways, right? So we're gonna stay in a mortal world, until eternity. So that's not really a great argument against it for now. Anyway, let's move on here. The eldest of the Glenmoril witches directs me to an altar of Hircine, located within one of the deeper parts of the cave. With the aid of some of her followers, she makes incantations and supplications for quite some time before placing a vial of red liquid on the altar. She directs me to drink the liquid, and I do. I immediately feel an eruption of horrifying pain, like that of a great beast growing inside my own veins, struggling to fit and screaming to be free. The beast's call takes over my body, and I transform into a werewolf, replete with fangs and razor-sharp claws. But I maintain my mind. You are no ordinary werewolf. So this is interesting. Unfortunately, the text or the event text goes further, but I can't see it. I would like to know what exactly happened, because it says we're not an ordinary werewolf, so he can be just some werewolf, but we seem to be even more than that. And what I've read in both the Elder Scrolls lore as well as about the mod is that there is a way that you can actually control your transformations. So some ordinary werewolves are just, transforming whenever, but Gromm, maybe because he's such an experienced mage, he might be able to control that, and that is actually really cool. But we'll see what the game has in store for us. For now, we have a decision to make. We can see this as a true gift that we must share. We can just keep this to ourselves and keep it quiet for now, or we can actually decide to kill ourselves right here and now, and that is obviously something I'm not going to do. It doesn't really make sense, and yeah, I don't know. I obviously don't want Gromm to die either. So, I don't think that we're just going to share it either. I think we're just going to keep it to ourselves. We're going to try and learn what this really is, and then we'll decide what we do with it. But one interesting thing I've already learned is that if you are a werewolf, you are immune to disease, right? So this is why all of these treatments are going to go away. And all of the diseases will disappear as well. It's kind of interesting. Now, the trait itself gives us extra health, which we don't need as an immortal, and also more personal combat skill. But again, we already have so much that we can't even see how much it is. Anyway, we'll keep this to ourselves for now, and we'll see what happens. Other than that, I have decided that I want to put an end to this man once again, and I saw that I can go for the second assassinate option again, so we'll do that, and we will this time hire the Dark Brotherhood, which is another one of the societies here. So let's do that. All is prepared. I've assembled the effigy, collected the needed body parts, nightshade, and now stand over the ritual with a dagger in hand. It's going to cost 300 gold, which is very expensive, but I kind of want to be done with this, to be honest. So, sweet mother, please kill this man. I really want him dead. Alright, other than that, we obviously still have the Nahattan flu to deal with, and we have Ragal, who's afflicted with the disease. Now, I'm pretty certain... Well, no, I am pretty certain that we can cure the disease, but I think that at this point, we just don't have enough magicka stored up, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit, and we'll see what happens. One last thing I actually wanted to mention about the lycanthropy. I have made sure to check, you know, if there's anything particularly different about werewolves in the Elder Scrolls lore in comparison to just regular werewolves, which didn't seem to be the case, but I've noticed that werewolves are generally, you know, considered to be bloodlusty beasts, right? And so I feel like being a werewolf does fit with Gromm's cruelty, which for the most part of this campaign has kind of, you know, been in the background, right? It's been overshadowed by all of the other character traits, of which Gromm obviously has many. And I feel like now it might have a chance to come more to the forefront. We'll see. I know that the game has some events associated with werewolves. We'll see what they entail exactly. So I don't want to say too much just now, but I hope that that this will be interesting. Anyway, word has just arrived that Phoebus defeated an attack by the Dark Brotherhood, but was horribly wounded in the attack. The assassin was killed in action, though fortunately there's nothing to implicate my involvement. My investment has also been partially refunded. Well, that's... I gotta be honest, I would have not expected that. That is actually really cool. So the Dark Brotherhood does seem to have some honor, at least. I like that. So, does that mean this person is still around, or what? He's wounded now. Okay. Well, that sucks. Alright. I don't know if there's anything... We could technically assassinate him again. 23% chance, that's really not good. Let's try this again. Do I hire the Dark Brotherhood again? Aw, man. I want to and I don't want to. Oh well. Now, one other thing that I've thought about is the flu is probably going to spread across the rest of Tamriel as well, and Dibella may not be safe. So I was actually hoping to kill this man here so I could send her back to actually this island right here, which has not been afflicted, and since it does not share a sea tile with another afflicted province, it's probably going to stay safe for the rest of the campaign. So I might send some of my counselors over there. Actually, our Lawthane is already fine because she's back in Atmora, but and the rest of our counselors are either away or in seclusion. So just gotta keep an eye on this. Obviously, I don't want any more people to die if it can be avoided. Obviously, but yeah, I think. Oh my god! I just realized my audio was turned down way low. I should be better now. Maybe you didn't even notice. Okay, what's this? Fine greetings to you. We requested you honor your obligation to answer this call to arms against the High Chief Azix, whatever, of the Stone Wasters. Stone Wastes. Okay, so this one, this Argonian, declaring a war on the King of Nibene. This is really, really interesting because obviously this plague started in Stormhold right here in Argonia. As you can see here, it started in Stormhold 2 years ago, and Argonia has been unafflicted, largely. And now they're actually taking advantage and declaring a war. I think this is really cool. It's problematic for Axios because he's got no money and basically no troops. I am going to have to help him out, just for the sake of my daughter, really. But I'm not sure how many men I can really send because, well, I mean, we don't have many that we can send. I could send my retinue. but I won't really have any commanders to send, which is kind of annoying. We've got our courier here. Ordering Felshad. Why is he upset? Didn't take his advice. So, why can this courier be sent out, whereas the rest of my court is in seclusion? So I have a couple of courtiers that are not secluded for some reason. Did I kick him out? I'm not sure. Well, anyway. I'm gonna have to raise some men. How many can I raise? That's 400. 28. Phew. Well. Well, okay, the Jarl Serana of Whiterun has died of the Nahatan flu, as did some of her children. But so far, Jarl Hamska is going strong. He is secluded, so that's pretty smart. I hope he's gonna survive that. Don't want more of my family to die. I wonder, actually, how large we've got. Okay, we've still got 19 living members. That's actually quite a lot. So chances that our family dies out are not very high. But yeah, okay, so we gotta help our friend. Well, not friend necessarily, but our ally. Let's send your troops 200. That might be all I can send. 700 men. Let's send that to Cropsford, the capital, and then we'll see who might be a commander. But I'll not send anyone just now. We'll see what happens later on. Now, a sudden clatter sends you running to check on your food supplies. You arrive at the storeroom just in time to see Avidius emerge, wiping his mouth. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is so interesting. Oh, a glutton? Yeah, of course. Of course. So, he's been greedy. Yeah, has eaten more than their fair share of food. Okay, so what we could do is we could just scold him, I guess, but that doesn't do anything. No. So we can either put him in the dungeon or have him out, yeah, banish him, basically. Banishing him would likely kill him. Or we could outright kill him, eating him, and getting more food. And while that would sort of fit, you know, as a werewolf, I don't think I'm going to do this immediately. I think for now, I will probably put him in the dungeon, and I will throw him in the oubliette. There you go. And maybe, we could banish him. That would give us a little bit of gold. I might do that, actually. I wonder where he's gonna go. Alright, here's what I will do. I'll probably torture him. Yep. So he's now stressed and been tortured. And I think I'm going to banish him. And I wonder where he's now. He is at the Pale Pass. Where is that? Oh, that's over here. Okay, I see. So this has not yet been afflicted by the flu, but it probably will be hit very soon. Okay, my lord, it seems that the chieftain of Elderbush has finally decided to come out of hiding, no longer as fearful of his life. This is our rival. Now, I don't really care about him all that much, to be really honest. What I really care about is this one. And I mean, I guess I should be surprised he managed to defeat the Dark Brotherhood, because he is a master mage. So he does have quite a lot of combat skill. But being wounded did hurt him. We drained his health. I don't know how to kill this person. Seems impossible. I could hire the Dark Brotherhood again. I mean, I gotta be honest, at least they refunded half of the cost. I like that. I'll give them a second chance. We'll see how they go. We'll see how it goes. 300 gold, very expensive. But maybe this time. Okay, this time it is perfect. Word has just arrived that Phoebus is dead. Rumors are going around that the Dark Brotherhood has something to do with it. But no one has been able to prove anything. Alright, great. Very, very good. Okay, and someone else just died of the flu. And that means with our plot succeeded, I can send Debella to to this province right here. So she's going to be closer to home, and likely she's not going to get afflicted with the flu, which is great. Okay, so now we got to check out this. You have 2,000 men. Interesting. I mean, I'm going to be sending some people to defend, but obviously not everyone, because in these times of war, I kind of want to stick... I kind of want to, you know, keep to my own, honestly. Now, I also would like to see how your courtier is doing. Actually, I kind of want to keep an eye on this guy. I just want to know what happens to him. I want to know if he will die. Because he's been tortured. That's something he's no longer stressed. So that's good for him. But I kind of want to see what happens to him, honestly. I'm curious. I'm curious if he will survive the flu, actually. Alright, it has been many months since peasants and courtiers alike began to call for hunt for cultists. Despite their best efforts to point fingers, you have found no one you believe to be a real follower of demons. They have now given up hope of you ever finding the guilty infidels. Alright, well, that's very unfortunate. But, yeah, I hope that soon enough this epidemic will be over. I fear that's not going to be the case, though. I fear it's not going to be the case because, well, we have not yet gotten the events of, you know, such and such region being ravaged by the plague. So until they happen, the plague is not going to recede. But for now, we are trying to get a good night's sleep, but we are tormented by horrible recurring nightmares of our people. The pleas for help and the hurtful words begin to get to me. Open the gates? No, I think this is where the cruelty comes through. We just want to survive this. We'll stay in seclusion. We'll gain stress, but that should not be a problem at all. Yeah, that should not be a problem. Now, oh wow, okay. So the cultists immediately risen up in the Bella's holdings. Oh, that's not good. The cult of Hircine Uprising declared war. Now, this is so interesting because we have been granted his gift. So this is interesting, but I think we'll not switch our religion. I don't see why we should do that. We will simply, oh, did we actually exterminate the cats? But yeah, we will simply crush their rebellion here. But first, I think I'm gonna have to raise the ships. Yeah. Let's get the ships together. And how many men can I raise here? About 1,000. That's probably enough. It's probably enough. Okay. So let the infidels do their thing for now. And Avidius has died. A natural death. Well, I mean, good for him. I guess that was good for him, but, you know, I gained some money for it. I tortured him, so all things considered, I feel okay. Now, today you found Bryling stabbed to death in her chamber. What? You saw the courtiers whisper when she passed them in the corridors, but you never did anything about it. Your own inability to find a cultist has led to someone taking matters into their own hands, and Bryling paid the price. Wait, what? High Queen Bryling has been killed by people believing her to be a cultist. Wow. We are the pressed. She's our lover. Okay, so this is serious business. She's been murdered. Our wife, the High Queen of Skyrim, has been murdered. Oh, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Now our daughter, Cortana, has inherited and received a bunch of stuff. This is so interesting. So we are now stressed and depressed. So I wonder, let me quickly see. Do we have the option to kill ourselves? We do not have the option of suicide, interestingly. That's unfortunate. Life has lost its luster to this character. I could see us committing suicide here, honestly. I could see that happening. By the way, something really cool I just noticed. Ragal seems to have survived the flu. Look at this. I didn't actually... I don't have enough magicka to cure it. He did it himself. He cured it. He somehow survived the flu. That's exceptional, actually. But yeah, wow. Okay, so our wife died. We could obviously marry again, but there's no point. We have no fertility. Wow. We are now depressed and stressed. Huh. I mean, I could kind of see ourselves committing suicide, but that would mean we would have to enter the eternal hunting grounds of Hircine. Would we want to do that? We can't go to Sovngarde if we kill ourselves now. We're kind of in a pickle. I feel like we might have to just stay alive. This is actually really bad. I'm gonna have to think about this. Obviously, as always, please let me know what you think about this. But yeah, this is a terrible situation, for sure. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Now, if you want to help King Gromm in defeating the enemies of Skyrim, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you feel particularly brave, you can even join the companions by becoming a supporter on Patreon.